Alright, so I have a brand new iPhone 17 in the mist blue color, which I just picked up from an Apple store. And this is the base model, which is the 256GB storage option. In this video, I'll be deep diving the unboxing experience. I'll be pointing out the features of a genuine iPhone box, since there's a lot of spoofs out there, and also showing you the initial setup process. Starting with the exterior of the box so you know what is genuine. As usual, all the Apple iPhones in recent years have a true to size image of the actual phone on the top cover, and it is extruded a little bit all around the phone, but not on the camera bump, however. Then on the sides of the boxes, the iPhone name and also Apple logo are all color matching in this case, which was not always the case before, but it is at least for the 17 lineup. On the back, you'll find the more specifics, including the model, designed by Apple in California, a QR code to learn all the specifics of the phone since they're minimizing the text in the packaging, and also what is included in the box. Then towards the bottom, you'll find the unit-specific information, including storage size, the IMEI, the serial number, UPC, and EID numbers. It's also worth noting that all of the text, including the QR code, is printed directly on the box itself, and it has kind of a raised ink design. Another thing to check if you were to buy this not from Apple or a reputable retailer. But now let's open it up. And for once, Apple's image on the box doesn't exactly match what's inside. You can see there's a little bit of a hue difference between the actual phone versus what's on the cover. The cover makes it look a little bit more purple, but in person it really is a blue color, which is nice. And as usual, inside the top cover is the indentation matching the camera bump. Material-wise, on the back is this nice frosted matte back, and the camera bump, which is a little bit more compact, is glossy glass. Display is covered by a piece of paper. As usual, it has little indicators to show you what the buttons are. We have the action button, and funny enough, the icon is still a mute icon, but then of course we have the volume buttons underneath. On the right side is the power button as well as the camera control button. And lastly, the charging port, which is USB-C on the bottom alongside the speaker grills. Here's a look at the screen, which is OLED and now new for the base iPhone, a variable refresh rate from 1 to 120 Hz, which I'll demonstrate a little bit later in this video. But let's take a look at what else comes in the box. We have a nice braided cable USB-C to USB-C, 3.3 feet long or 1 meter long. Next is the small packet of paperwork, now much less than ever before. First piece of paper is literally just to let you know this is an eSIM only phone, so no physical SIM card tray. And then the other piece of paper is basically just about the hearing aid features of the phone. Again, if you want to learn more about your iPhone, you just scan that QR code on the back of the box. That's everything you get out of the box for the base iPhone 17. Let's go ahead and jump into the setup process. I did pick this up in late 2025, so out of the gate this is running iOS 26.2 liquid glass. So first you just need to swipe up to get started, pick your language, pick your country or region, and then you can choose your icon size. It's basically regular, medium, or large. And something new I noticed for this OS's setup process, in the top right hand corner you can always access accessibility options right out of the gate from pretty much any setup screen, which is pretty nice. Afterwards, this is where if you have an existing iPhone, you can bring it close and it can quickly set it up for you. But in this case, I'm just going to show you how it looks like to set it up fresh as a new phone. And then here's the opportunity for you to connect to a Wi-Fi network. But if there's no Wi-Fi network you want to connect to at the moment, that's okay. You can still scroll to the bottom and use without Wi-Fi. It'll just take a moment for the phone to still set itself up. Next would be to set up your eSIM. Now I did buy this phone completely unlocked, so I can actually skip this step if I want to and set it up later in the settings. But it's really easy to set up your eSIM. You can transfer from your nearby iPhone or scan a QR code. Then it's going to ask you to read through its data and privacy, which you can learn more about to read the full thing. After you're done, click continue. And I think this is also new, setting up the age range of this phone, which is great, especially when you have to add a little bit of parental control for your kids. But then afterwards, it's going to ask you to set up Face ID. If you don't want to set up now, you can always set up later in the settings. If you set up Face ID, you need to set up a passcode, and you can choose what type, or you can just choose to not use passcode or Face ID if you choose to do that. For the sake of simplicity of this video, I'm just going to skip through this. Now you get another opportunity, if you didn't already, to transfer your data, but now it gives you more options. You can transfer from an iCloud backup, an existing iPhone, or from your Mac or PC, or even now from an Android phone, or set up completely brand new by clicking Don't Transfer Anything. Read all of its terms and conditions and then press agree. But you can see I swiped too quickly, and then when I tried to click it again, it kind of got stuck on the screen. So I think this is a bug on iOS 26.2. If you also run into this issue, I just pressed the back button, and then finally I was able to see the terms and conditions again. And this is just saying if you want to apply software updates automatically, you can choose to just download, and then you can choose to set up iMessage or FaceTime, and whether or not to enable location services. But you do need location settings to set up Find My iPhone. Screen time, it'll let you know how much you're spending on the screen if you want to enable that, and then whether or not to share your iPhone analytics to Apple. And you can choose your light or dark theme, or you can leave it on auto and let the phone decide for you. And then it's Apple Intelligence. If you don't want to enable this now, you need to press the skip button at the top. Next, physical button customization. So with camera control, you have the ability to kind of soft touch it to adjust some settings. Some people don't like this, so you can choose to have it off. Next up is the action button. So there's quite a few options you can choose from beyond, of course, the standard mute switch. My favorite is probably to have a shortcut to open a specific app that I want. But let's continue. You can choose to set up Siri by voice now or set up later. And then here's information about the emergency SOS features built into this phone. And finally, we have welcome to your new iPhone. And when you first get this phone, the first thing you'll probably notice is how smooth all the animations are. And that's thanks to the Pro Motion display, which has a variable refresh rate all the way down to 1 Hertz. So that allows you to actually sleep the phone without actually completely shutting off the screen. So it's quite uncanny, but it's something you'll get used to. A lot of us tech enthusiasts has been looking for this feature on the base iPhone for a long time. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and setup video. If you did, please give it a like, greatly appreciate it. Subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.